Hi everyone, welcome to Pilates from the living room. Today is a little bit different. I'll grab some water. Today's a little bit different. I am going live on Instagram and on Facebook. So I've got two phones in front of me. So hopefully that works out okay. Okay, I'm gonna use the Swiss ball for Pilates inspired movement today. So let's start by, hopefully you've got your ball pumped up a little bit and out, and I'm just using a rug. You can, if you have a mat, great. You don't need a mat, rug or soft carpet. Okay, let's start with sitting tall on the ball, relaxing through your shoulders and taking a nice deep slow breath in through your nose. Slow inhale in. And let that air out through your mouth. Relax your neck, relax your jaw, let your tongue drop to the bottom of your mouth. And another one of them, inhale in. And breathe it out. Think of your favourite smell right there in front of you. Breathe it in. And let the air out. Go for one more deep breath. And breathe it out. Good. Okay, let's start with a little bit of movement. I want you to just roll and curl your tailbone under and send it back. So we're tucking your tailbone under, pushing your pubic bone forward and bring it back. Inhale forward, exhale back. One more of them. Roll and tuck under and roll it back. Come onto your sit bones and go side to side. Inhale one side, exhale the other. Good, one side over to the other. One more each way. And then bring that into a full circle. Now when you're circling on the ball, you're lifting tall out of your waist. You're reaching the tips of your ears, the crown of your head up to the ceiling. And you're just moving from the waist down. So get that lovely kind of circular movement with your hips. And reverse it. So the shoulders and the neck and the top of your head stable and reaching up towards the ceiling. And just sending awareness really down to your abdominals and into your core. And then bring that back center, hold there, stay lifting tall up out of the waist and bring it into a bounce. So we're just literally moving slowly at first, especially if you're not used to sitting on the ball and you're a little bit cautious, a little bit nervous. You can always have the wall or the something, a table or something nearby to hold on to. But start small and always remember you're in control of this bounce. So don't let the ball bounce you. You slow it down as much as you need to and make it as small as you need to, or you can make it a little bit faster and with a little bit more lift. But the really important thing, as always in our Pilates practice, is to feel like you're elongating your spine. So the tips of the ears, crown of the head, constantly reaching up towards the ceiling, and you're looking straight ahead, whatever is in front of you, probably your laptop or your phone, but whatever is behind that, look straight ahead. Go back to your breathing, slow inhale. And then this time when we're exhaling, not only are you letting the breath out through your mouth, but you're conscious of your abdominals. You're conscious of making your waist smaller, cinching in your waist, or you can think about scooping your navel in towards your spine. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed. Send your breath wide into the back and the sides of your ribcage. Make your waist smaller, scoop in your abdominals as you breathe out. Now, the foot position is important as well, and we forget about it sometimes. You don't want to be like so, or too wide for that matter, unless you're very nervous on the ball and you want to feel like you have a bigger base. You can spread out the feet, but ideally have your feet straight in front, probably a little bit over hip distance apart, ankles pretty much directly underneath your knees, and relax your feet. Be aware of your footprint on the floor, on the carpet or on the mat, and send the full foot down into the floor. Okay, let's add some movement with your arms. Reach and lengthen your fingertips forward. Now the breath, of course, is slower than our movement with this. So we're taking a slow inhale in, And then consciously contracting your abdominal muscles as you're breathing out. So you're that feeling of making your waist smaller, cinching in your waist, like you almost like you have a corset or a big belt around your center and it's tightening in. At the same time, feeling as though it's lengthening your spine, lengthening your torso. All the way up towards the top of the wall or the window or whatever it is that's in front of you. Reach and reach. This is so much more fun to do this bouncing part of the class to music. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to play music on other than my phones, so we can't do it. But if you have music at home, or if you're practicing this one during the week, put on some music, put on your favorite tunes, bounce it out. Okay, single arms, switch. 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to push the ceiling up. So really this little kind of, I suppose it's like a warm-up section, is just really to get the body moving, get your heart rate up a little bit, get the blood pumping. It's also fun, but I think from a Pilates point of view, it helps us to focus on our balance, helps us to focus on why our core is so important with a lot of these movements, keeps you really strong and focused on the ball. 4 more of these, 2, and then 1 arm at a time. So it's like you're pushing the ceiling up, all the way up with the arms fully extended. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now push forward, a little chest press. Get the elbows up just a little bit below shoulder level, press it out. And this one, I always feel like it's waking up my upper back. So as you're bringing your elbows back, you feel that little squeeze in between your shoulder blades. So you're waking up that part of the spine. 4, 3, good, and then singles. Pump that out, reach like a punch, push it forward, fully extend the arms. 4, 3, 2, we're going to bring that into a bicep curl now. So curling up, stretch out. 4, 3 more, about 8 reps of each of these. If you are in the mood for practicing a bit of this during the week, you don't feel like putting on this live video, you can just make these up, the arm movements up as you go along. They don't have to be in this sequence. They don't even have to be particularly the ones that we're doing. It's really just to get your arms and the joint in your shoulders, your upper back moving. Now kickbacks, pushing back through the heel of your hands, shoulders sliding down, extend your arm back. This one is where you're keeping the upper arm stable. You're not moving, so I'm not bringing the upper arm back. The shoulder joint is pretty much stable and I'm moving through the elbow joint. 2 more. All of this while we're focusing on that elongated spine, so you're lifting out of your waist and consciously contracting your abdominals as you're breathing out. 4, 3 more, 2 more, and then lengthen out through your shoulders. Reach, stay lifting tall out of your waist. 4, 3, 2, and then lift up your elbows. Hopefully you can hear me, but I've got some good news. I got a lovely present in the post this morning from my sister. I got a new microphone, but it literally just came in 10 minutes ago, so I hadn't time to set it up or figure out how to use it, but I'll have it for tomorrow. So I hope you can hear me today, but you'll definitely be able to hear me tomorrow. 2 more, 1 more, and then up and over. So thank you to my sister. 4, 3, 2, last one, shake it out. Shake. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and hold, relax it, hold it still. So tucking your tailbone under again and push it back. And press it back. We go for 2 more, and 1 more. Side to side again for 4, 2, and 1, and full circles all the way around. Now we're not going to do, if you come to my ball class in Galway, you'll know that on the Swiss ball we do a lot of abdominals lying on the ball. We're not going to do that today because I did that, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago on the Facebook Live class, one of the classes. I can't remember which day, I should have probably checked that. But if you, and I put it up on my YouTube channel, forgot about that. So if you want to do those abdominals, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, Galway Pilates. God, I never thought I'd be saying that. The ball classes, the kind of more traditional ball class, Swiss ball class that I do is on that. Today we're going to try some different things. A little bit more focus on your glutes, quite a bit of focus as usual on your core, and also a little bit of upper body work. So kind of gives a bit of variety if you have a Swiss ball at home, and I think most houses do. It'll give you some ideas to play around with. I think it's really important for myself and everyone else that's at home in quarantine and not able to get out, not able to go to the gyms, not to feel too much pressure to do these. These are fun. You know, I'm here every day at 1:10 You can join if you feel like it. If it happens to suit you time-wise, come in and join it. But if you don't, you can always go back and do it later on in the day. Or some days you mightn't feel like doing anything, which is fine as well. Go for a walk, get outside in the garden if you have one. You know, I think with all the pushing towards movement, and movement is so important. But some days, you know, if you don't feel like it, it's here for when you're ready for it. Little circles around, or you know, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. We're not under the same pressure. A lot of us aren't working the same sort of hours that we used to work. So you can kind of dip in and out of different movements. There's lots of the trainers have some really good live stuff up there for you to experiment with. Okay, reach up towards the ceiling, spine stretch. Big deep breath in. Chin towards your chest, navel to spine, and round it forward. Head drops forward, shoulders relaxed. Shake out with your head. Okay, with this one, try and have your hands down on the floor. If they don't reach the floor, you can have them on your shins. But place them somewhere, because what I want you to do is take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, push the floor away through your hands and through your feet. One more big deep breath. And navel to spine as you're exhaling. Let your head and your chin and your shoulders all nice and loose, and your neck. Hands up onto your thighs, up onto your quadricep muscles here in the front of your thigh. Take a big deep breath in and use your upper body to press you back up so you unfurl your spine. Head comes up last. Get the ponytail out of the way, and a little bit of rotations. I'm going to put up a list. I was thinking about doing that yesterday actually. A list of some of the Instagram and the Facebook accounts that I'm following now to get some ideas from movements and exercises. And like I said, just dipping in and out. Maybe if you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes that you feel like doing something out in the garden or in the sitting room or down the bedroom, whatever it is, that you have some ideas. So I'll put up a list on both Facebook and Instagram pages, stories later on today. Okay, so let's start. We're getting down onto the floor. So I want to start off today with a little bit of prone over the ball, lying over the ball work. And this one focuses on your buttocks, on your glutes. So we're going to bring, I want to make sure I stay in the shot. So I've got to get back here towards the radiator a little bit. Lift up tall out of your waist. Bring in the ribs. So engage your core, engage your abdominal muscles, relax your shoulders, and roll yourself over the ball. Walk forward. Now, it depends on the size of the ball, obviously. If you've got in one of those bigger balls, this one I think is probably about average. But also I guess it depends on the length of your legs. But for me, when I start to roll forward a little bit, my feet come off the floor because I don't have particularly long legs. But if you feel a little bit vulnerable with your feet lifted, if you feel you're going to fall off the ball, then just roll it forward and have the feet there. If you're okay with it, bring the legs up, engage your glutes, squeeze in your bottom muscles, squeeze them in tight, and really important, engage your core. So see what happened there when I engaged my abdominal muscles. Instead of just letting my tummy just flop down over the ball, I've engaged navel to spine, but also quite important, and you know I talk about it a lot in the other classes, is make sure that your ribs feel connected. So the rib cage in front here feels like it's connecting towards your pelvis and drawing, rather than flaring out or spreading out over the ball. So shoulders relaxed, slide your shoulders away from your ears, engage through your glutes, engage through your core. And this is just a single leg lift. So it's a lift and a lower. Lift and down. Try and keep your leg as straight as you can. So back of the knee is lengthened as much as you can. bring it up. Now this is with my toes pointed. Notice when you push through your heel, it feels a little bit different. Feels like you're going into your glute a little bit more, your buttock a little bit more. So lift and down. Squeeze up and lower. 4 more of them. 2 more. Last one. Little pulses, little squeezes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that down. Swap it over to the other side. So we'll start a few with just the toes of the foot relaxed, toes kind of pointed. So yes, it feels fine, but not quite as connected as when I push through my heel, press it back, and then lift and lower. And down. Lift and lower. 2 more. 1 more. And then lift up. Sorry, itchy nose. Lift up and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, changing over other leg again. This time we're going to place the supporting toes down onto the mat, just to give you that connection with the floor. Really press through your hands, slide your shoulders away from your ears, lengthen through the back of your neck. The sole of the foot or the leg that we're about to work, or the gluteal muscle that we're about to work, that sole of the foot is up towards the ceiling, facing up to the ceiling, and then lift and down. Press up and lower. Try and make sure that you keep your core engaged, so you're not feeling this so much in your lower back as in your buttock, in your bottom. Lift and down. 4 more of them. And 3 and 2. Hold up there, pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. Now, this is a point where you listen to your body. If you're feeling it a little bit in your lower back, then we need to look at what you're doing. One of the main things is you're letting your tummy just push down onto the ball and you're arching too much in your back. So make sure that you're lengthening through the tailbone, maybe even tucking the tailbone under a little bit. Lengthen through the lumbar spine, get those ribs connecting towards your pelvis. That's really important. It's more important than how high you lift your leg up. So pay attention to that this time, especially if you're feeling any tension in your lower back. Okay, same as before, the supporting toes are on the floor, pushing your hands into the mat, fold the leg, sole of your foot up towards the ceiling, and off we go. Now remember, engage your core, lift and down, squeeze up and lower. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now bring it back up and pulse it for 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. Okay, walking your feet forward a little bit more. We're going to bring the heels towards each other in Pilates stance. We're going to lift and down. Engage through the core, that's important with this one. Lift and lower. Lift and down. 4 more of them. And 3 and 2 and 1. Hold up there, little heel kicks, little heel taps for 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it. Okay, I'm going to walk back a little bit, see if I can keep in the shot for this next one. We're going into the upper body, so we're leaving the glutes alone for a minute. Going into your upper body and doing some push-ups here on the ball. So this one I think is particularly good for any of you girls that really aren't feel uncomfortable doing a full push-up at the moment on the mat. I'm not a big fan of placing the knees on the floor when we do push-ups. So this is a kind of a nice way of preparing for a full push-up on the mat, because it's a little bit easier. You don't have the same amount of body weight going through it, but it gives the body the feeling of being lengthened in a plank-like position when you're doing the push-up. So walking forward. Now how far you bring, now I know I've probably gone out of shot, but how far you bring your, my head's up here, how far you bring yourself forward on the ball really depends on how confident you are with this. So if you're very confident in your upper body strength and you've done lots of push-ups and press-ups on the mat and you're comfortable with that, you can bring the ball all the way down to underneath your shins. If I go underneath my shins, you're only going to see my feet, so I'm going to stay in this position. But if the easier it is, the further up the ball is, like so. So probably down around the pelvis or the thighs to start off with. Hand position, wide, probably as wide as your mat if you have a yoga mat. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, engage your glutes, engage your core, and then we're going to lower and press up. Inhale to lower, exhale to push it up. Four more of them today. Two more. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Last one. And then walk it back. Perfect. Give your back a little stretch by sitting back onto your heels and head towards the ball. Big deep breath in. Perfect. Okay, we're going to do some side kick series over the ball. Let me put my leggings here. Okay, so with this one, it's very similar leg movements to the side kicks on the mat. So it's really just a traditional exercise, Pilates exercise, making it a little bit more interesting by using a Swiss ball. That's really it. Also, I think because you have to balance on the ball, there's probably a little bit more, it's harder not to involve the core, if you know what I mean. So it's very helpful in that sense. Okay, bring your supporting leg in as close as you possibly can to your ball. Wrap yourself over. Now, your alignment, as usual, is really important. So if I'm kind of lying over the ball like this, it's not really what I'm looking for with this exercise. I want you to align the side seam of your top and your leggings right along the ball. Wrap over it. I'm kind of going out of shot again. Elbow under the shoulder is one way. If you're comfortable and you've got no problems with your neck and shoulders and you're comfortable in the knowledge that you will keep lengthening. If you think you might start doing this, then maybe it's better to wrap over the ball a little bit more. Listen to your body, close your eyes and feel, how does my neck and my shoulder feel when I'm doing this? If you find that you're doing this kind of thing, obviously we need to correct that and make you more comfortable. But of course, you're using more core if you're up like this. So if you can do it, we're not going to be in this position for that long. So give it a try and see how you feel. Okay, so engage your ribs, engage your abdominals, lengthen out through the hip. I don't know whether you can see my feet, just about. I'm going to have to get a camera person. Engage the abdominals, and we're going to inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Lift, I got to walk forward a little bit. Sorry about this, guys. I thought I had it set up right. Okay, so lift and down. Point up, flex to lower. And lower. And lower. 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. Hold up there, little pulses for 8. Try and point the toes down slightly so you feel it more in the back of your hip. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Lift, kick forward, back and down. Lift, swing forward, back and down. 3 more. Lift, swing forward, back and down. 2 more. And 1 more. Back and down. Keep it lifted and just kick forward for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circles for 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and reverse them. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Swap it over to the other side. Okay, let's see if I can stay in shot better for this one. Okay, so supporting leg comes in close to the ball. That's quite important. Get that support from there. Side seam of your top and your leggings against the ball. Engage your abdominal muscles, engage your abdominal muscles, engage the ribs towards the pelvis, lengthen out with this leg, and off we go. Lift and down. Toes pointing slightly internal rotation at your hip. Lift and down. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there, pulsed for 8. Now, as usual in Pilates, one side's going to feel a lot easier. This side is much harder for me. I really have to focus on keeping my core engaged. I feel it gets tired and painful quicker. And then bring it up, kick forward. I have to focus on my balance much more on this side. That's really common. That one side is almost always more challenging than the other side. 2 more. 1 more. Good. And then bring it up. Kick it forward for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and circle for 6, 3, 2, 1, and reverse that for 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, relax it. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to lie down onto the mat now. Lying down, and now we are going to hit some abdominals. So far we've been working through your glutes and obviously your core to keep you balanced. So now we're going to give the glutes a little bit of a rest and go straight into some abdominal exercises, and we'll come back to a little bit of glutes towards the end for some bent knee bridges. But for now, abdominals. Going first for your roll up. So we're going to bring the ball up and over. Sit it onto your chest. Okay, level 1 first. Take a big deep breath in. Drop your chin towards your chest. As you inhale, bring it up. As you exhale, roll up to the top of your knees. Inhale at the top and exhale lower. We're going to go for 2 more of those. Drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale. Exhale, roll it up. Looking towards your belly button. Inhale at the top. And exhale lower, and 1 more. Inhale at the bottom as you drop your chin to your chest. Exhale, roll up to the knees. Inhale here, and exhale back. Now if you're comfortable enough with that one, you want to stay there, stay with that level. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, notice I'm bringing my feet further down towards the end of the mat. Same sort of movement, but this time we're going to go up and over the knees. So it's a little bit more like the intermediate level roll up in Pilates, classical Pilates. Take an inhale, drop your chin towards your chest, relax your shoulders. Exhale, belly button scoops in. Now, you notice my feet, or hopefully you can see them. The feet did not lift up. Inhale here, and exhale, roll it back. So if you found that your feet lifted when you went to do that full roll up, or half roll up, go back to the other level. Inhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Exhale, navel pulls in towards your spine. Articulate through that lower back. Don't let yourself come up with momentum. Inhale and exhale, lower. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. We've got 1 more of them. Inhale. Keeping the chin towards the chest. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, roll it back. Okay, now it's up to you. When you're doing that on your own or outside of this class, you can do more repetitions of that. And if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can stretch out with your legs. Sometimes it's nice to press your feet against the wall, against the skirting board or something with this. Inhale, chin to chest. Articulate through that lumbar spine. Roll it up. Roll the ball forward. Scoop your navel to your spine. Inhale and exhale. Roll it back. Now watch how the lumbar spine comes down first, then the mid spine, shoulders, and all the way down. Okay, bringing the knees in and coming straight into single leg stretch. So we're going to go through 3 or 4, I think, abdominal focused exercises. First one being the single leg stretch using the Swiss ball. So I'm going to have you have your legs in tabletop position, chin towards your chest, peel up. Hold the ball and as though you're bringing your forehead towards the ball all the time. So you're pushing the shoulder blades forward, bringing your ribs towards your pelvis. We're going to start off with slow ones. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, stretch out. Inhale in. Exhale, reach. Reach. 1 more each side of the slow. And then speeding that up. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. 4 more sets. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring it in.
and look side to side. Now, if you're not comfortable lifting your head up, if you really feel when you're lifting your head up that all you can think about is your neck and your shoulders, you're really uncomfortable there, you're thinking, no, I can't really feel it in my abs at all, I'm not enjoying this movement, then I would say to you, you can do these with your head down. It's a slightly different feel, to be honest with you. Naturally enough, you're not using the more superficial layer of abdominals, the rectus abdominis, but you can still, and if it means that you're focusing a little bit more on scooping your navel to your spine, then that's what's important, really. So, you know, it's difficult when you're on your own in the sitting room or the living room or wherever you're doing this to know, well, am I doing this right? Or remember, you can email me, message me, text me, whatever you want to do, and ask me any questions, and I'm really, really happy to help. But listen to your own body. If you felt stressful there, if it doesn't feel right, go back to this level. It's absolutely fine. You're still moving your body, and you're in fact training your body to do these movements really, really well from a good foundation. Okay, so that's single leg stretch. Grab the ball again, peel up with your head and shoulders if that's what you're doing. Bring your legs back into tabletop position. So you see the way my knees are pretty much directly over my hips. And this time I'm going to inhale, reach with the legs, exhale, fold them back in. Inhale, reach, exhale, fold back in. Inhale, reach. All the time I feel like I'm bringing my forehead towards the ball. Now you can make this a little bit more challenging by reaching back if you hadn't got a wall behind you like I have. Inhale, reach, exhale in. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And bring it in. Good. Little rock side to side to stretch your back. Look side to side to release your neck. Double leg stretch. Single straight leg stretch, which looks a little bit like a scissors. Peel up again if that's what you're doing. Bring your legs into tabletop position. Lengthen one leg up against the ball. The other leg reaches out towards the wall in front. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. So you're tapping the ball with your shin each time. And you're bringing your forehead towards the ball. And reach. 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. Ooh, brilliant. Relax it in. Rock side to side. And look side to side. Okay, double straight leg stretch. So we're going to bring the ball, place it in between your feet or between your ankles. Between the feet I think is nicer. Lengthen up through the back of your legs. Scoop your navel to your spine. Peel up with your head and shoulders. Connect your hands behind your head, elbows open out wide. Lengthen the knees. Stretch. See the way the legs are straight. And turn. So get that feeling of scooping your navel to your spine. Belly button scooping in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, inhale, lower towards the floor, exhale up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And up. Brilliant. Bend it in. Rest your feet on the ball, rock side to side. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, just another 2 exercises for the abdominals. So you're scooping your navel to your spine, listen to your body, do a little assessment to make sure your back feels okay. A couple of pelvic tilts if you think you need to. Good, now this one involves a little bit of not just balance but I guess flexibility in your hamstrings. So if you find this one a challenge, this is one you can play around with over the next couple of weeks, practicing it. You kind of have to be in your bare feet for it. I don't think you can do it, well you probably could do it in shoes, but it's really helpful if your feet can wrap around the ball. So as you can see, my feet are pretty much underneath the ball. Wrap them round and then stretch it up towards the ceiling. So quite a little bit of balance and core involved in this one. Hold it there, just breathe in. Scoop your navel to your spine. Feel as though you're squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. And if you're comfortable to, bend through the knees and stretch up. 2 and 1. One more, bend through the knees and reach it up and hold, and then hands behind your head and lift and lower. And all of a sudden you're so much more aware of your deep abdominals and your core and your inner thighs and your pelvic floor muscles, all involved with this simple little exercise. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Reach and then fold in, bring it down and grab your ball. Good job. Okay, ball comes back down onto the mat. Okay, I said we're going to finish up with some bent knee bridges. Now the bridges are really helpful for the glutes, but also for your hamstrings. And it's funny, it's one of those exercises that you don't really need a huge amount of resistance to really feel them working. So you can, I think I have one there, you can use one of these around your mid-thigh if you want to make give a bit more gluteal activation. If you happen to have one, great. If you don't, you don't really need one, to be honest with you. It's just an extra way of, I guess, making it interesting. Okay, so hands on the floor, lengthen out through your fingertips. Knees start off pretty much directly over your hips. Big deep breath in. Now we're going to start off with just a couple of little pelvic tilts first. You're just tilting your pelvis. Curl the tailbone up, sink it down. Curl up. Press it down. We go for 2 more. 1 more. Press it down. Now, I want you to activate through the top of your hamstrings and your buttocks, your glutes, not your lower back. And a lot of the time with bridging, we tend to, the body will always kind of say, well, what's the easiest way to get Fiona up off the floor? And unfortunately, the poor lower back tends to do an awful lot of work that it shouldn't or doesn't need to. So in this case, we want this to work. So I want you to activate through there. So you can tactile cue yourself if you want. This is me loose, can't feel anything going on. When I activate my glutes and the top of my hamstrings, I can feel it underneath my skin. I can feel the activation of the muscle. Go for that. So once that's switched on, once you're aware of that, now when I go to come up, that's where I feel I'm coming up from. Release it down again. Whereas if these are loose and relaxed and not thinking about them, when I go to push up the other way, I can feel it's here, it's my back that wants to press me up. So really important, even if you only did 1 or 2 of these, do them with that in mind. Fingertips down here at the top of your thigh where it meets your buttock, where it meets the glute. Activate, feel them engage, feel them squeeze in. Take your inhale and bring it up. Now press your pubic bone up towards the ceiling and hold and squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release it down. We're going to do 2 more of those. Activate first. Feel like my knees are pulling away from my hips. Release it down. And 1 more. Activate first. Lengthen the knees away from your pelvis, and then it's up to you. If you're comfortable to extend out, go for it. Keep your buttocks squeezed in, your pelvis lifted. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Lengthen out. Bring it back in. Release it down. We do 2 more sets of them. Big deep breath in. Relax a little bit if you need to pelvic tilt a little bit to release your back. Go for it. It's the same thing. Remember, the soles of your feet are pushing down into the ball. Focus on the heels in particular. Press them in. Activate through here first. So you're engaging. Deep abdominals engaged too. Inhale. Bring it up. So I'm still activating through here. Pubic bone presses up. Lengthen your knees away from your hips. And in and out we go. Lengthen, draw in. You can go a little bit faster if you need to, as long as you're keeping your pelvis lifted. 2 more. 1 more. Whew. Release it down. Stretch the legs out, give the hamstrings a little break. We're going to do 1 more set. Good. Bring it in. Knees directly over the hips again. Soles of your feet pushing into the ball. Activate through the top of your hamstrings and your buttocks and your glutes to get them engaged. Inhale. Lengthening your knees away from your pelvis. In and out for 6. 2, 1. Release it. And stretch it out. We're going to do a straight leg bridge. I'll just do 1 of these actually. Lengthen out through your toes. So the legs are straight. Your feet are externally rotated in Pilates stance. Heels are engaged towards each other. So are your inner thighs. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. Roll and curl your tailbone. Lumbar spine. So we're still activating through here. Bring it all the way up into almost like a prone plank position. Lengthen out through the toes. Reach back through the tips of your ears. Now think of the back of the body pressing the front of your body up to the ceiling. So it's your glutes, your hamstrings, your back muscles, all lifting your body up. Engage deep abdominal muscles. And if you're comfortable to do it, reach your arms up and exhale lower. Try and get as steady as you can. And lower. We're going to go for 2 more. And 1 more. Lift. And release. And relax it down. Hug both knees into your chest. Rock side to side. 4, 3, 2. Roll yourself over onto your side. I'm going to stretch over the ball for your back. So bring the ball in as close as you can to your pelvis. Lift out of your waist. Wrap yourself over the ball. Hug the ball with your arms. Rest your head to one side. And it's like you're melting around the ball. Scoop your navel to your spine as you're exhaling. Push your pubic bone into the ball and keep your knees in tight to the ball as well. Turn your head to the other side. Now tuck your toes under. Roll a little bit further over the ball and you're going to straddle the ball this time. So bring the inside of your thigh into the ball. And if you can, rest the front of your foot on the floor. It's just a really nice stretch for the front of your foot, but if that causes your foot to cramp, obviously go back to the other way, head to the side again, and hug the ball, wrap around it. It's like somebody has dropped you from the ceiling and you've just melted around the ball. Turn your head to the other side. And then all the way over the ball. Stretch back with your legs. Melt over the ball. Oh, that always feels so nice. So with this one, really relax. Trust that the ball can hold you. Relax yourself. Relax your back. Relax your glutes. Relax the legs. Everything is just melting. Turn and face the inside of your toes and your knees into each other like a pigeon toe position. Internal rotation at your hip joint. And you should feel Just that nice opening all around the lumbar spine, going down into your SI joint either side. Good, one more. Okay, let's roll back out of it. Bring the ball with you as you sit back onto your heels. Let me walk forward a tiny bit here so you can see me. Sit back. And then peel yourself away from the ball, or peel the ball away from you. Stay sitting on your heels and round forward. Lift up off your heels. Feels like somebody's pulling you back as the ball is pulling you forward. So it's that lovely sensation of stretching like a C shape with your spine. Now lift your bottom up off your heels, stay rounding. Good. Now we're going to bring the spine into extension. So you're rolling the ball out. I think I have space. Yeah. Now drop your chest down towards the mat. So your hands are on the ball, you're looking towards the bottom part of the ball, you're sliding your shoulders away from your ears and drop down into it. Good. 2 more here. And 1 more. Big deep breath in. Tuck your tailbone under, roll the ball back in. I'm going to stretch across your chest. So you place your elbow to your fingertips on the ball. The other hand comes out wide. Take a big deep breath in and lower your chest towards the floor. Now maneuver that. You might need the ball to come forward or back a little bit. Wherever you can feel, you're getting a nice stretch across your chest and into the shoulder of the side that's on the ball. Scoop your navel to your spine, keep your waist small, keep pulling in, keep tightening in around the waist. Push it away and swap it over to the other side, the exact same thing. Elbow to fingertips, other hand out wide, engage your core, engage your abdominals, take a big deep breath in and lower down. And the same thing, move the ball a little bit till you feel a good stretch. Squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other, keeping your waist small. Keep pulling in, tightening in through your belly button. Good. Push the floor away. And you are all done. Hopefully you enjoy that and you felt good and you feel good after it. It's intense. That class was a little bit more intense than some of the more gentle mat stretches that we do. But if you have any questions, please send me a message and I will answer as well as I can. And I hope you have a lovely day, the rest of it. And I hopefully see you all tomorrow.